this thing on the BBC about this guy that broke his leg and carried his own leg for quite a while?
Oh God, I read that. Somewhere in the
You can't begin to imagine the pain. Google the water dancer. Coats.
Where do you want to go? Anyway, like, yes. Yeah, okay.
Hey!
Oh, hey!
Hey!
Hello.
Lovely to see you.
Hello.
Wow.
Did you bring your diary with you?
It's in my head.
Good. Okay. It's in your what?
Yes, so it's up there.
Okay.
I don't know who's put that in, Anyway, sure, right. If you want to go there, yeah. It's fine, I'm sure.
Excellent. It's 4 on the floor there. Actually, you've been beating him up again.
Do you want a glass? Just one water, cheap lamb for me. Do you want a glass?
Absolutely.
I'll slip some gin in if you want. Do you want water or anything? It's my lamb. Thanks. I think he's right what I might put in it.
I'll get you, you've got a lid, one of these things.
I just put it on.
Oh, okay, that's all right. Hollis, you want Hollis?
Linda and Jonathan, would you permit me to have a It's traditional.
It's a nice little one. I kept the polyester one first. What? You have a Flemish? English or English?
I think maybe
First class. C1A. I noticed it says standby. Standby passenger. Huh?
Yes, oh, she did. I'm going to have to use your phone.
Yeah, this is one thing.
Wednesday, Thursday,
Okay, I'll check
or
my...
tomorrow afternoon.
Lovely spas.
Thank you.
Because I'm going to send photos to you, just general ones, so we're not going to put them all in. If you find where I said you need that one.
It's going to be worse than
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's all right. I want to see what you took.
Yeah, I have to run my phone downstairs.
What time would be best for you on Wednesday?
What time's best for you? Monday's free for us.
I would say,
I charge for it.
That's okay.
Hello, welcome. This is a lovely surprise.
mornings, are you generally better in the morning or the afternoon? Morning, 10 a.m.? Morning and afternoon, you're always good. 10 a.m.?
It's a bit early.
10:30, 11?
Yeah, 10:30.
Oh, yes,
It's the jokes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, nothing to do, mate.
Huh?
Nothing to do with.
No. You better learn some new material.
Phone up the lesson the day before.
What's that?
Phone up the lesson the day before.
Oh, yeah. Here, go on YouTube and just type in corny jokes. They'll still be better than mine. Ready? Nobody's perfect. Yum tub, everybody. Yum tub. Thank you for coming and braving the sunny weather. So nice and quiet.
That won't last.
What's that?
It won't last.
No, it
Oh.
won't last. Nothing's forever. Right, okay, I believe we're on page 437. And please, hang on. I will sing praises. Awake, O my soul, awake, O harp and lyre. I will arouse the dawn. I will give thanks to you, O God, among the peoples, and sing your praises among the nations. For your love is high as the heavens, your faithfulness reaches to the clouds. And let's turn over to page 451. 451. Happy are those whose way is blameless, who walk in God's law.
I will delight in your statutes. I will not forget your word.
Open my eyes that I may behold wondrous things out of your law.
Make me understand the way of your ways, and I will meditate on your wondrous works.
Give me understanding that I may keep your law and observe it with the whole heart.
I delight in your commandments because I love them.
When I remember your ordinances from of old, O God, I am comforted.
At midnight I rise to praise you because of your righteous ordinances.
The law of your mouth is better to me than thousands of gold and silver pieces.
Let your mercy come to me that I may live, for your law is my delight.
In your steadfast love, give me life that I may keep your testimonies.
Never will I forget your precepts, for by them you have given me life.
How sweet are your words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth.
Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path.
Uphold me, and I shall be safe, and have regard for your statutes continually.
I am your servant, give me understanding that I may know your testimonies.
Smile upon your servant, and teach me your statutes.
You are righteous, eternal one, and your judgments are right.
You are near, eternal one, and all your commandments are true.
Some of your words are truth, your righteous ordinances endure forever.
Great peace have those who teaching and make them stumble.
My tongue will sing your word, for all your commandments are just. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach. And let's be seated. We praise you, eternal and our God, sovereign of the universe, maker of lights, creator of darkness, author of peace, creator of all things. In your mercy you give light to the earth and all who live on it. And in your goodness you renew creation continually, day by day. How manifold are your works, O God. With wisdom have you made them all. The world is full of your creations. Your handiwork proclaims your praise. The radiant stars bear witness to your glory. We praise you, O God, creator of light.
Ahava Rabba Ahavtanu Adonai Eloheinu. Chemla Gedola V'Teirach Amata Aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu. V'avor Avotenu Shebatchu V'cha. V'atlandeim Chukei Chayim. Ken Techonenu V'tlandeinu. V'ten B'leivenu Lavenu Haskil. V'shmoa V'lmod V'lamed. V'shmor V'la'asot. V'kayem et kol divrei Toratacha B'hava. V'ha'erenenu b'Toratacha. V'dabek libenu b'mitzvotacha. V'ched lebavenu lahava u'yira et shemecha. Kivana v'charta yachedecha b'hava. Baruch atah Adonai habocher ba'amo Yisrael b'hava. And please stand. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol ma'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha v'leftecha b'derech v'shoftecha uv'kunecha v'kshartam la'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot beininecha v'taftam al zazot beitecha v'visharecha. Let's be seated. Good and beautiful and true, sound, established, and enduring are these words now and forever. The everlasting God is our sovereign. The rock of Jacob is the shield of our salvation. Eternal God, you redeemed us from Egypt and freed us from the house of bondage. Then with great joy, Moses, Miriam, and all Israel together sang to you this song.
Adonai,
God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei V'Nehem, L'Ma'an Shmo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, M'chaim Etim Atah Rav L'Hoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGeshem, Mazriach HaShemesh U'Morid HaTal, Michalkel Chaim B'Chesed, M'chaim Etim B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Profech Olim, U'Matir Asurim, Umkayem Emunato L'Shenei Afar, Mi Chamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umi Domelach, Melech Me'mitun Chaye U'Masmiach Yeshua, V'Ne'emana Tal HaChayot Metim, Baruch Atah Adonai, Michaye HaMetim. We revere and sanctify you, even as in the prophet's vision, the seraphim sanctified you in the temple, as it is written. They called to one another and proclaimed.
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sabaoth, Melech haaretz kavodo, Melech haaretz kavodo.
Adonai Adonenu, Moadir Shimcha B'chol Haaretz.
Baruch kavod Adonai, Im kol, Baruch kavod Adonai, Im kol.
Nim Komohu Yifen Barachamim, Yachon Am HaMyachadim. Shmoed Vavoker B'chol Yom Tamid Pa'amayim B'Hava Shma Omrim.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu,
Chad Hu Eloheinu, Hu Avinu, Hu Malkeinu, Hu Moshienu, Hu Yashmienu, V'Rachamav Shenit Le'nei Kol Chai. Divrei Kodshecha Katuv Le'mor.
Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Adonai Tzion, Adon, Adon, Hallelujah. Adon, Adon, Hallelujah.
L'dor v'ador nagid godlecha, u'netzach netzachim kedushat chadatish. V'shivchecha Eloheinu, kinu lo yamush le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el ha'kadosh. And let's be seated. You have given us a special task among the peoples. In your love and favor, you have sanctified us by your commandments, drawn us near to your service, and charged us to make known your great and holy name. And your love eternal and our God, you've given us feasts of joy and seasons of gladness. Among them, this festival of Simchat Torah, season of our gladness, to unite us in worship and in remembrance of the exodus from Egypt. Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu, Ya'alev Yavo v'Yizacher Zichronenu, v'Zichron kol Amecha Beit Yisrael lefanecha, Tova v'Libracha, l'Chaim u'Shalom, v'Yom Chag Simchat HaTorah Hazeh. Zochreinu Adonai Eloheinu, bo l'tovah, this day remember us for well-being.
Amen.
Ufokteinu bo lebracha, bless us with your presence.
Amen.
Hoshienu bo l'chaim, grant us continued life. Grant, eternal God, that our observance of the festivals may bring us blessing, happiness, and joy. Sanctify us by your commandments, and make us loyal to your teaching. Satisfy us with your goodness, gladden us with your salvation, and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. And grant, eternal God, that the happiness of the festivals may be with us always. We hallow, O God, you hallow Israel and the festivals. Eternal God, be gracious to your people Israel, and in your love accept their prayers. May our worship now and always be acceptable in your sight. Praise you, O God, and love you worship and praise. Modim anachnu lach, sha'atahu Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu le'olam va'ed. Sur chayinu magen yishenu, atahu ledor vador. Nodeh lecha u'saper tilatecha, al chayinu hamazurim biyadecha, al nishmotenu hapukadot lach, v'al nisecha shebachol yom imanu, al niflotecha v'tovatecha, shebachol eideh ba'boker v'tzoharayim, baruch atah Adonai, atov shimcha u'b'cha na'el hodot, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu. Barucheinu b'bracha hamshuleshet haketuvah b'Torah. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Sim shalom, tova uvracha, chen b'chesed barachamim, aleinu v'yol kol Yisrael amecha. Baruchenu avinu, kulanu ke'echad ba'or panecha, ki va'or panecha natata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, Torat chayim, v'havat chesed, u'tzedakah uvracha v'rachamim v'chayim v'shalom. V'tov beinecha levarechen amecha Yisrael v'kol ha'amim. V'chol eitu v'chol sha'a b'shlomecha, baruch atah Adonai, oseh shalom. Let's have a few moments of silent prayer. over the page to 468. 468. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu likro et ha'hamel. Turn over to page 474.
73.
God is with me, I'm not afraid.
What can be mortal to do to me?
With God as my helper.
I can face any foe.
It is better to take refuge in God than to rely on human beings.
It's better to take refuge in God than to rely on those who power.
God is my strength and my shield.
And has become my salvation.
hear glad songs of triumph in the tents of the righteous. God's power is supreme. I shall not die but live. Open for me the gates of righteousness. This is the gate of the eternal one. Blessed are you who come in God's name.
Here in God's house, may you be blessed.
You are my God, and I thank you.
You are my God, and I exalt you.
Wake up, Kevin.
I'm awake.
Just checking. Everybody ready for the rumpus to begin? Okay, so let's turn over to 504. 504. And we'll have a little chaos.
Little being the operative word.
What's that?
Little being the operative word.
Well, you know.
Do your best.
Do your worst. Okay. Happy are those whose way is sure, who walk in the light of Torah. Happy those who follow your teachings, O God, who seek you with a whole heart. Your word is a lamp for our feet, a light for our path. Your Torah is our joy. Happy the people on whom such blessing falls. Happy the people whose God is the eternal one.
Thank
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Eternal One is our God. The Eternal God is one. How happy, how fortunate, how privileged you are, O Israel, commissioned to serve God, inheritors of the Torah.
Thank you, choir. Can I go home now?
Okay, we need the one that has to listen.
This one we look
Right, everybody, while we're getting ready, who's on first? No, who's on first? How big Costello? I was asked who's on first, and I said who's on first and what's on second.
Yes. This is coming on, yeah.
Whoops, there goes the water.
Whoa.
It's okay. I'll get some towels.
Yes,
Is this your water?
Your water.
This is my waters.
Shelton Mike.
Yeah.
That's on.
Oh, okay. How were you got it?
Yeah, another. Where's your bin?
It's a has-been.
The front one is dark.
Okay. Let's hold on. Hold that. Hold that.
This is organised chaos here.
I'm going to tighten this a little bit. There. Right, so we're at the very end of Deuteronomy here.
I wish you liked away.
Yeah, you can see the ties on the spindle. Right. Yeah. Okay, Kevin, you need some water. Was that the last of it that I spilled?
No, there's some there.
Okay. It's not a week old.
No, it's literally. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, put that where I won't do it.
Yeah, keep this away. This is water, everybody. I'm just going to make that very clear. Nobody believes me. Okay, we're settled. But just before I do the reading, just a few words appropriate to it. Be strong, and let us strengthen each other. These are the final, determined words of Moses on behalf of God, no doubt with a tear in his eye. I will be reading from the closing section of the Torah, which tells us of the passing on of Moses at the age of 120 years, after seeing the promised land from a distance, standing on the peak of Mount Nebo. The format of Simchat Torah, as you can see, is the rejoicing of the Torah. That's what it's all about. It does seem strange how the service is sort of arranged. We start with an ending, and immediately after conclude with a beginning, the creation. The purpose is to show the continuity of the Torah and that it never really ends. This can be related to our community. Next week, Frank will be retired, and it is a matter of time before we will be in a new building. Although I hope it's not going to be 40 years in the wilderness. These endings will have a major impact on us all. However, in the spirit of the Torah, these will be followed by renewed beginnings. To repeat again the words of Moses, be strong, and let us strengthen each other. I'll be reading from page 333 of the JPS Tanakh, and it can also be found on page 1182 of the Sonsino Chumash. Baruch hu et Adonai, hamvorach. Baruch Adonai, hamvorach, le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch Adonai, noten haTorah. Moses went up from the steppes of Moab to Mount Nebo, to the summit of Pisgah, opposite Jericho. And the Lord showed him the whole land, Gilead as far as Dan, all Naphtali, the land of Ephraim, and Manasseh, the whole land of Judah as far as the western sea, the Negev and the plain, the valley of Jericho, the city of palm trees, as far as Zoar. And the Lord said to him, this is the land of which I swore to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I will assign it to your offspring. I will have let you see it with your own eyes, but you shall not cross there. So Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab, at the command of the Lord. He buried him in a valley in the land of Moab, near Beth-peor, and no one knows his burial place to this very day. Moses was 120 years old when he died. His eyes were undimmed, his figure unabated, and the Israelites bewailed Moses in the steppes of Moab for 30 days. The period of wailing and mourning for Moses came to an end. Now Joshua, son of Nun, was filled with the spirit of wisdom, because Moses had laid his hands upon him, and the Israelites heeded him, doing as the Lord had commanded Moses. Never again did there arise in Israel a prophet like Moses, whom the Lord singled out face to face for the various signs and portents that the Lord sent him to display in the land of Egypt against Pharaoh and all his countries, and his whole country, and for all the great might and awesome power that Moses displayed before all Israel. Ve'al Moshe ma'ava ma'avot Moab ha Nebo Rosh HaPisgah asher al Panei Yereho v'Yerehu Adonai et Kol Haaretz et Hagilad ad Dan ve'et Kol Naphtali ve'et Eretz Ephraim u'Manasseh ve'et Kol Eretz Yehuda ad Hayom Hechacharon ve'et HaNegev ve'et Hakikar Bikat Yerehu Ir Tamarim ad Soor. V'yomer Adonai Elav Zot ha'aretz asher nishbati la'Avraham le'Yitzhak u'Yaakov le'emor le'zaracha etnena hariticha ba'anecha et shomai lo ta'avor. Yeah, please. Here we go, yeah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher Notamanu Tavatemed, Lahaye Olam Natabotokenu, Baruch Atah Adonai, Noten HaTorah.
He's down. Next scroll. Please be seated, everybody. So we've heard from our Chatan Torah, our groom of Torah, and now we hear from our Kalat Bereshit, our bride of creation. That's enough. Hello. Okay. Your blessings first.
Praise the one to whom our praise is due. Praise be the eternal, to whom our praise is due forever. We praise you, eternal one, our God, sovereign of the universe. You have called us to serve you by giving us Torah. Baruch Atah Adonai, Noten HaTorah. Then God began to create heaven and earth, the earth being unformed and void, with darkness over the surface of the deep, and a wind from God sweeping over the water. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. God called the day night, and the darkness God called the day light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, a first day. God said, "Let there be an expanse in the midst of the water, that it may separate water from water." God made the expanse, and separated the water which was below the expanse from the water which was above the expanse. And it was so. God called the expanse sky. And there was evening, and there was morning, a second day. God said, "Let the water below the sky be gathered into the area, that the dry land may appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the gathering of the waters he called seas. And God saw that this was good. And God said, "Let the earth sprout vegetation, seed-bearing fruit, and plants and fruit trees of every kind on earth, that bear fruit with the seed in plants. Fruit trees of every kind on earth, that bear fruit with the seed in it." And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, seed-bearing plants of every kind, and trees of every kind bearing fruit with the seed in it. And God saw that this was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, a third day. God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to separate the day from night. They shall serve as signs for the set times, the days and the years. They shall serve as lights in the expanse of the sky to shine upon the earth." And it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to dominate the day, and the lesser light to dominate the night, and the stars. God set them in the expanse of the sky to shine upon the earth, and to dominate the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that this was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, a fourth day. God said, let the waters bring forth swarms of living creatures, and birds that fly above the earth across the expanse of the sky. God created the great sea monsters, and all the living creatures of every kind that creep, which the waters brought forth in swarms, and all the winged birds of every kind. And God saw that this was good. God blessed them, saying, be fertile and increase, fill the waters in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth. And there was evening, and there was morning, a fifth day. God said, let the earth bring forth every kind of living creature, cattle, creeping things, and wild beasts of every kind. And it was so. God made wild beasts of every kind, and cattle of every kind, and creeping of the earth. And God said that it was good. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. They shall rule the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, the cattle, and the whole earth, and all the creeping things that creep on earth. And God created man in his image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. God blessed them. And God said to them, be fertile and increase. Fill the earth and master it, and rule the fish of the sea and the birds of the sky and all the living things that creep on earth. God said, see, I give you every seed-bearing plant that is upon all the earth, and every tree that is seed-bearing fruit. They shall be yours for food. And to all the animals on land, to all the birds of the sky, and to everything that creeps on earth, in which there is the breath of life, I give all the green plants for food. And it was so. And God saw that he had made, and God saw all that he had made, and found it very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. The heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that he had been doing, and he ceased on the seventh day from all the work that he had done. And God blessed the seventh day, and declared it holy, because in it God ceased from all the work of creation that he had done. Such is the story of heaven and earth when they were created.
Amen.
Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ha'aretz v'haaretz hata hotu v'hu v'hoshef el panai tahon baruach Elohim marachefet el panai hamayim vayomer Elohim vayehi or Vayahi or Vaya Elohim et ha'or kitov Vayadel Elohim ben ha'or v'ben ha'hoshef Vayikra Elohim la'or yom v'la'hoshef kara laila Vayahi erev Vayahi boker yom echad.
Not there yet.
We bless you, eternal one, our God, sovereign of the universe. You have given us true teachings and implanted within us eternal life. Baruch atah Adonai, ten haTorah.
Baruch Shatan Torah, Le'amod Yisrael, B'kedushato.
I have this one. Because it's in the
The Haftarah, surprise, surprise, is the first book of Joshua. It can be found in the book, which is only English, on page 337. 337. That's the big blue book. And in the other one, Hebrew English, on page 1184. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, אשר בחר בנביאים טובים ורצה בדבריהם הנאמרים באמת. ברוך אתה אדוני, הבוחר בתורה ובמשה עבדו ובישראל עמו ובנביאי האמת והצדק. After the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord said to Joshua, son of Nun, Moses' attendant, my servant Moses is dead. Prepare to cross the Jordan, together with all this people, into the land that I am giving to the Israelites. Every spot on which your foot treads I give to you, as I promised Moses. Your territory shall extend from the wilderness and the Lebanon to the great river, the river Euphrates on the east, the whole Hittite country, and up to the Mediterranean Sea on the west. No one shall be able to resist you as long as you live. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will not fail you or forsake you. Be strong and resolute, for you shall apportion to this people the land that I swore to their fathers to assign to them. But you must be very strong and resolute to observe faithfully all the teaching that my servant Moses enjoined upon you. Do not deviate from it to the right or to the left, that you may be successful wherever you go. Let not this book of the teaching cease from your lips, but recite it day and night, so that you may observe faithfully all that is written in it. Only then will you prosper in your undertakings, and only then will you be successful. I charge you, be strong and resolute. Do not be terrified or dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Joshua thereupon gave orders to the officials of the people. Go through the camp and charge the people thus. Get provisions ready, for in 3 days' time you are to cross the Jordan, in order to enter and possess the land that the Lord your God is giving you as a possession. Then Joshua said to the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, remember what Moses, the servant of the Lord, enjoined upon you when he said, the Lord your God is granting you a haven. He has assigned this territory to you. Let your wives, children, and livestock remain in the land that Moses assigned to you on this side of the Jordan. But every one of your fighting men shall go across armed in the van of your kinsmen, and you shall assist them, until the Lord has given your kinsmen a haven, such as you have, and they too have gained possession of the land that the Lord your God has assigned to them. Then you may return to the land on the east side of the Jordan, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, assigned to you as your possession, and you may possess it. They answered Joshua, we will do everything you have commanded us, and we will go wherever you send us. We will obey you just as we obeyed Moses. Let but the Lord your God be with you as he was with Moses. Any man who flouts your commands and does not obey every order you give him shall be put to death. Only be strong and resolute. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השמיני חג העצרת שמחת תורה הזה שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו לששון ולשמחה לכבוד ולתפארת על הכל אדוני אלוהינו אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך יתברך שמך בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש ישראל והזמנים
Okay, we're on page 510, and please stand. Yahalelu et Shem Adonai ki nisgav shemo levado. Let us praise the Eternal One, whose name alone is exalted. Behold, a good doctrine has been given you. Do not forsake it. It is a tree of life to those who hold it fast, and all who cling to it find happiness. Its ways are ways of pleasantness, and all its paths are Okay, the congregation may be seated. I'm about to embarrass your mother. To say nice things about her. 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
2 minutes? Okay, we'll do Hefzibah first. We'll roast Hefzibah first. So, that's a good cue, actually. So, Hefzibah, wonderful to have you as an honoree, as the bride of creation. And Hefzibah came here for the first time 20 years ago. And Hefzibah has attended services and been involved in, well, all 3 buildings that I've known. The old building, the old new building, or the new old building, and now this old new building. So I guess it would be old, new old, and old new. Okay? We do a little analysis there. And what attracted Hefzibah to this place was the great welcome and openness that you received. And that really goes for so many of our members. And Hefzibah remembers the old buildings fondly because in those days we had, well, hundreds more members and things were really on a grander scale. And rather surprisingly, or perhaps unsurprisingly, given your intelligence and capabilities, Hefzibah has ended up on the Mosaic board, the council here, and Rights and Practices Committee, and the Kiddush Rota. I guess that's about the sum total of all our committees these days. Hefzibah enjoys the services, and when she can make it here, the social events, and she enjoys very much the friendships made with people here, and these friendships are both inside the walls and also outside the walls here. And she feels, as it were, part of the furniture And this is home away from home. And Hafsabah, being very involved and committed, feels concerned about the future, what the next might be life, reductions, and also relationship. And you take spiritual tea. All of them. 19. I remember